Creepy Compass will be successful because it provides its affiliates with a best-in-class app that uniquely connects them to the information, sites, content, and points of interest they look for. We provide mobile access to crowdsourced stories, reports, folklore, and other content, all geolocated and pushed to our enthusiastic fan base in a personal and proprietary way.
Hi, everybody. That was pretty cool. So let me start by saying, they are out there, okay? They're not military veterans. Happy Veterans Day yesterday, by the way. But there's 21 million veterans out there, but they're not the military veterans. They're not the foodies. There's 31 million foodies out there, but we're not talking about them. They're not NASCAR fans. 41 million NASCAR fans in this country, latest estimate. What are they? People who believe in ghosts and the paranormal. 56 million. Cue the scream. Somebody scream. There we go. We get your attention? Thanks, Lacey. That was awesome. They're generally 22 to 40 years old. They are single, adventurous, and skeptical by nature. They contribute an estimated $750 million to $800 million to the economy just by pursuing their ghostly interests. That's pretty good. That's where we come in. Over the past year, in the USA alone, there were over 16 million Google searches for words like ghost, paranormal, haunted location, things like that. We want to be the Foursquare for this paranormal audience. We're Creepy Compass. We're a platform that enables audience aggregation of geographic points of interest. This includes ghost stories, haunted locations, entertainment, and attractions. We have a prototype. This is our prototype. We have a mapping API here that generally maps the haunted attractions in the Toledo area. We took this into Startup Weekend 5 weeks ago. You also see some social media features that we're talking about adding to the app. We did take first place Startup Weekend, and we're proud of that. And like I said, we're a platform that enables audience aggregation. Right now, there are many sites that offer segmented content in this area, but very few of them do it well. They're poorly maintained, of varying quality and accuracy, and most do not point you in the right direction. If you want to go out and find this stuff, good luck, because most of them don't have addresses, or you have to cross-reference through Google searches. Imagine that you have a tool with you as you're walking down the street that gives you a glimpse into this invisible world of stories, folklore, history, and it goes with you no matter where you go. That's what we intend to provide. Most people don't know it, but there's probably about 3,600 paranormal societies in the United States. We think we can tap into this network of content creators by offering them content management and geotagging tools that will help them better share their stories, not only with on their sites, but also nationally with our mobile app, Creepy Compass. Eventually, we will also connect our mobile app users with this location-based content and send them paranormal push notifications when they are near locations or attractions or stories that are of personal interest to them. We have a content acquisition model. I'll walk you through it here. This is a diagram, but as you can see, we were going to crowdsource this content from experts from these paranormal societies at first. We're going to acquire the content, aggregate it with a special toolkit that we provide to them. We're going to generate a library, and we're going to enhance this content through organization, curation tools. We're going to geolocate things that aren't geolocated. We're going to augment the tools, and we're going to take our user data as well. We're going to disseminate this and push this back to our end users our end users are both through products like our mobile app. So we'll have individual mobile app users, and we'll also have partners, content partners, that will also have access to our library, and we'll charge them money for that. We'll also get feedback from these people, so it's a self-fulfilling loop. This content feeds on itself, and the library grows, and that's really what our value proposition is. Our revenue streams. We have obviously we're going to have a free app. We're also going to have a paid app for the crazy fanatics that are out there for this stuff. We're going to have in-app purchases, tiered app placement, and affiliate marketing and sales. Our next steps right there. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wait. Right here. You can't get away that easy.
Check.
I have to start over again.
It's going to come down to be closer for the questions. So.
I have a question for you. I saw you actually pitch 5 weeks ago. I was a judge at that. I think you won that competition, correct?
Yes.
It's 5 weeks ago. What type of progress have you made since then?
Mostly, we've done our user acquisition and content acquisition research. We're still researching the market. We feel like we've completed that phase. We're also looking at a launch strategy as well. And so it's been 5 weeks. We've acquired a lot of data on this market.
Can you go back? I think it was the previous slide or 2 slides back, right there. It sounds like, you have the answer to what you need to get started. And I'm going to lead up to a question here, but what's like the smallest step you can take to actually prove what you're doing is going to work? And you talked about, the acquisitions of crowdsourced content. In order to get that crowdsourced content, people got to come to your channel.
Correct.
And so you're going to have to jumpstart that. Whether that's, I don't know if you have a developer on your team or not, whether it's just building an HTML5 app and, getting a web app, but it feels like, you have to start something and see if people start to bite before, you start to dump money and time into this thing. So in your estimation, what's the smallest thing you can do actively and not just research to prove what you're trying to do?
The first thing we want to do is pick the top 10 paranormal societies in the Great Lakes region and do some focus group type research with them and look for what kind of tool sets they may want to help them acquire data better, to manage and optimize their data, because they're primarily doing investigations. They have written content, audio content, and video content already available that they share regionally through their sites. It's not very well optimized, and they're interested mostly in paranormal investigations. So we're going to pull that data from them, find out how they would like us to pull that data, and provide a tool for them so that they can use that data on their websites as well. And then once we have some of that information, then we can expand our market by pushing our app to their audience as well. So we intend to kind of go about it in a two-directional sort of way.
You mentioned that you have a prototype, a working prototype. How far into the development cycle are you?
How far? I'm sorry, what was the last question?
How far into the development cycle are you for the prototype?
We just have a prototype. It's not a beta or anything like that. It's really, we have an API for the mapping. We have CSV files for locations and stories with those locations. They're primarily local in the Toledo area right now. When we open that up, we're going to open it up more in the Great Lakes region. That's kind of the next step that I was outlining with Will.
Just passing through Halloween season, what kind of hypothesis did you guys test of your business model with all the users out there?
Not like non-seasonality, after Halloween. We found when we were looking at the data, there's actually 2 seasons, and it primarily is fall is obviously a big season starting in August and September when this heats up, but also springtime is another season. And this isn't just Halloween attractions. These are historical sites that have folklore and history associated with them. That's a year-round activity. So Halloween and fall being a big season, but also spring and summer when people can get outside. Those are the other 2 big seasons.
Did you get any other feedback from your end user?
We've done some testing with some of the paranormal groups on Facebook. We did that startup weekend. I think we surveyed about 60 people. Okay. 60. And of those, I think we got about 25% wanted to be a part of our beta test, just from a sample of 60 people. So we think that's pretty good, and that's scalable to a larger audience.
Did you get any in-person customer contacts during the Halloween season, though?
I'm sorry?
Did you get any face-to-face interviews with end users during the Halloween season?
They were all done online.
All online?
Okay, so
Okay.
yeah. Next step is to meet face-to-face with a meetup group of some local fans in the area of this genre. And then also, like I said, the focus group for the paranormal societies themselves. They're like a built-in distribution system. There's 3,600 of them around the country, and we want to tap into them. They're kind of like our archaeologists on the ground.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much, judges. And for our final question, of course, brought in from the audience, do you see this possibly working for a dating site? And we need this pretty quickly.
You don't look like the type that needs help making a love connection.
Call me. Thank you so much, and thank you, judges. Those were great questions.
Actually, there is a
We're going to cut your mic, or cut his mic.
there is a paranormal dating site out there called Paranormal Date, and if anybody's heard of it, for people interested in the paranormal, we came across that in our research as well. So, but we are Creepy Compass, and we're more interested in the stories, not the dating. So,
Terrific. Thank you so much. Round of applause for Creepy Compass.